Sorry about that, guys. I cut you off. So you'll be getting a part two to this because you know how I hate editing. Hate editing. So I will not be editing. So yeah, this is part two for the zucchini bread. So here is the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, the salt, cinnamon, and I have a little bit of allspice and a little bit of nutmeg. If that's not the kind of seasoning or the spices that you like, add what you like. I mix it up. Sometimes I'll add ginger to it. Ginger and cinnamon and vanilla. You know, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. It's nothing wrong with mixing it up and do what it is that you like. That's the one thing about baking. You don't mess with the flour. You don't mess with the baking powder, baking soda. You don't really mess with. You can decrease the sugar, maybe by a quarter of a cup to a half a cup. After that point, I wouldn't mess with that. The oil, if you're comfortable with substituting half of it with unsweetened applesauce, people do that. But baking is a science, so you really don't want to go messing with that if you're not an experienced baker. And you're looking at this red thing, experienced cooks, and especially non-experienced cooks, you should always have a fire extinguisher somewhere in your kitchen within reach of your stove, but not if your stove gets caught on fire that you have to burn yourself to get it. I absolutely do. Fire extinguisher in every bedroom, in the basement, in the kitchen, in the garage. You pay a lot for the stuff in your homes or your apartments, and if you can stop them from being burnt, it's a good idea to have a few of those around. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, it's basically dump and stir at this point. So I'm going to stir up the sugar, the eggs, and the vanilla. Then I will add the zucchini, then the nuts. And the last thing I'm going to add is the flour because it's got the leavening ingredients in there. And you don't really want to play with that a whole lot. Once you get that in there, you kind of want to hurry up and get it in the stove because you want to make sure that those ingredients stay active and help your stuff to rise. You don't want a flat pancake. So I've already got my utensils oiled. This recipe is going to make 2 loaves. So I've got a small loaf and then I've got that huge hunkin' loaf over there, which I will probably split 3 ways and I will share with some of the people that I love and care about. Okay, let me mix this together and then I will show it to you right before I stick it in the oven, and then I will show it to you when it comes out of the oven. Okay, hold on.